Your mother, who passed away, has been trying to reach you something urgent. God says, open this the second you see it. She's closer than you think, this is her last message to you. Archangel Michael says, last night the heavens grew still as your mother's spirit drew near. She has been waiting, watching, longing for the right moment to send you her final words. Though she is not here in body, her soul has never stopped surrounding you with a love that does not fade with time. There are things she never had the chance to say. The silence of her absence has weighed heavy on your heart, but God has allowed her voice to rise once more, so that you would know the truth. This is not coincidence. You are hearing this now because her heart has been begging to reach you. And heaven has finally opened the way. Your mother has carried prayers for you even from the other side. Every tear you cried she has seen, every lonely night she has been closer than you realized. She wants you to know that not a single step of your journey has gone unseen, and not a single pain has gone unnoticed. Archangel Michael says, she is not gone, she has simply moved beyond the veil. The love between you is too strong to ever be broken. And now, because heaven has allowed this moment, her message is rushing into your spirit. She has something urgent, something tender, something that can no longer remain unsaid. God says she has been begging for this moment because your heart needs peace. She wants you to stop carrying the weight of regret, to stop blaming yourself for things that were never in your control. She wants you to feel her presence every time the wind brushes your face, every time you hear her favorite song, every time you close your eyes and remember her laughter. Her words are simple but powerful. I am proud of you. I see you, I am with you. These words are not just whispers, they are a truth sealed in eternity. They are her way of reminding you that distance does not end love and death does not silence connection. Archangel Michael says, your mother has been closer than you think. In the quiet moments when you felt warmth around you, it was her. In the times when you almost gave up but suddenly found strength, it was her. In the dreams where she appeared and you woke up with tears in your eyes, it was her reaching through. God says, open your heart now because this is the last message she is allowed to send. Not because she wants to leave you but because heaven's order allows only moments like this to reach across the divide. She is speaking now and she wants you to know, do not cry for me, lie for me. Carry joy in your heart because I never left your side. Archangel Michael says, when your mother's soul leaned close last night, even the heavens grew quiet. She has been moaning for this moment because the love she carried for you in life has only grown stronger beyond this world. She begged for the chance to send this message because she knows your heart has been aching for words that never came. Her spirit has been watching over you in silence, the moments you thought you were alone, the nights you felt no one could understand your pain, she was there. She has stood beside you in ways you could not see, protecting, comforting, guiding. Every step you took, she whispered strength into your spirit even though you did not realize it was her. God says, this is her last chance to reach through and remind you of something urgent. She does not want you to live carrying regret. She does not want you to feel that you should have done more, said more, or been more. She says to you now, you were enough. You are still enough. And I have never stopped loving you. The 7 archangels stood in silence as her request reached heaven's throne. They saw the purity of her love for you and the persistence of her plea. She begged for one more chance, not for herself but for you, because she knows you carry wounds that no one else can see and she cannot leave until you know the truth. Her truth is simple. She has never left you. You have felt her in the quiet moments when you suddenly remembered her voice. You have felt her in the strength that came from nowhere when you were about to give up. You have felt her in dreams so vivid they felt real. That was not your imagination. It was her love pressing through the veil to reach you. Archangel Michael says, her nearness is not something to fear, it is something to treasure. She is closer than you think. Watching from a place where time does not limit her, where distance cannot block her. She smiles when you smile, she comforts you when you cry, and she lifts you when you fall. Though her body rests, her soul still moves for you. God says, open your heart now. This is not a moment of sorrow, it is a moment of release. She does not want you to drown in sadness, she wants you to rise in joy. She is saying, you not live with your eyes always behind you. Lie forward. Because I am already walking ahead, clearing the way for you. This is her last message because her spirit must rest in peace, knowing you no longer carry the weight of what was unsaid. Her presence will not leave, but her words cannot always reach you like this. That is why heaven has made this moment sacred so that when you hear these words, you know she has spoken through them, one final time. Archangel Michael says, your mother's voice has been rising through eternity, and last night it finally broke through the veil. She has been waiting for this hour because your heart has been heavy with questions, with regrets, with memories that still haunt you in silence. She begged for this moment not to bring you sorrow, but to finally give you peace that no one else can offer. The heavens allowed her presence to draw close because God knew you needed this more than anything else right now. The weight of not hearing her one last time has been pressing on you. But heaven has opened a sacred path so her love can reach you. This message is not chance, it is her soul's way of reminding you that she has been closer than your own breath. She wants you to know she has seen your struggles. She has watched your sleepless nights, your silent tears, and your moments of breaking. She says, do not think I left you, do not think I cannot see you. Every time you felt weak, I was holding you. Every time you cried out for help, I was near. These words are not whispers of imagination, they are the truth carried from her heart to yours. God says, this is her last message because her soul is ready to rest fully, knowing you finally understand. She does not want you trapped in grief. She does not want you chained to regrets. She wants you to walk free, to live boldly, to carry joy in her honor. She says, every smile you give, I live again through you, every step you take, I walk again with you. Archangel Michael says, her presence has never left your side. Its sudden warmth you feel in an empty room, the dream where her hand touched yours, the strange peace in moments you expected fear, all of it was her, drawing close, reminding you she is not gone, she has been begging to speak so you would no longer doubt. The 7 archangels witnessed her plea in the heavens. They saw Mother's love that even death could not silence, they stood in awe as she wept before God, asking for one last opening to tell you how deeply she still loves you. And when permission was given, the entire heaven grew silent because they knew how powerful her words would be when they reached you. God says, hear her voice in this moment, do not push it aside. Do not doubt it. Do not question it, this is her truth, and it is sacred. She is saying, I am proud of you. I forgive you, I bless you. And I will never stop being with you. Her nearness is not bound by distance, she is closer than you think, closer than your own heartbeat, closer than the breath that carries your life. She has walked with you unseen, guided you without your knowledge, and covered you in ways you will never fully understand. Her love is not gone, it is eternal, and it surrounds you even now. Archangel Michael says, when your mother's spirit was allowed to draw near, even the heavens paused to listen. She has been holding back her words for so long, waiting for the exact moment when your heart would be ready to receive them. Her love has not dimmed, her presence has not faded, and her voice has not been silenced. It is still alive, reaching for you across eternity. She has been closer than you know. In your hardest days, when you thought you could not go on, she whispered strength into your soul. When you sat in silence wishing you could hear her voice again, she wrapped you in a presence that calmed you. Even if you did not realize it was her. She wants you to know that every moment of peace you felt in chaos was her, holding you the way only a mother can. God says, her last message is not about sorrow, it is about release. She does not want you chained to grief or drowning in regret. She wants you to live fully, to love freely, and to walk boldly. Her words are simple but powerful. Do not carry pain in my memory. Carry joy in my honor, smile when you think of me, because my love has never left you. The 7 archangels stood around her as she begged for this chance. They saw the purity of her love and the urgency in her soul. They witnessed her tears in heaven. Not tears of pain, but tears of longing for you to finally know she has always been near. The angels could not ignore her plea, because the bond between a mother and her child is stronger than time, stronger than distance, stronger even than death. Archangel Michael says, her presence surrounds you in ways you may not always notice. A sudden scent that reminds you of her, that dream where she appeared so vividly, that unexplainable feeling that she is near, all of these or her love breaking through. She does not want you to doubt it anymore, she wants you to embrace it as truth. God says, this is why she has been begging for one last chance to speak. Because she cannot rest fully until she knows your heart is free from the weight of unanswered questions. He wants you to let go of guilt, to let go of pain, to let go of reread. Her message is urgent. You did enough, you were enough. You are enough. Her love for you did not end with her last breath, it flows still, strong and unbroken, through every step you take. She is closer than you think, walking beside you in silence, guiding you when you stumble, celebrating you when you rise. This message is her way of reminding you that death cannot sever the bond of love. If anything, it made it eternal. Archangel Michael says, receive this message as her final gift. Hold it in your heart and let it give you strength. Do not hide in sorrow any longer. Live with the courage and joy she always wanted for you. Because even though her voice will no longer reach you in this way again, her presence will never leave you. Archangel Michael says, your mother's voice still lingers in the heavens, echoing softly yet powerfully, refusing to be silenced until you have heard her heart. She has been carrying this urgency for you, waiting for heaven to open a doorway so her message could pass through. Now that the moment has come, every word she speaks is wrapped in love so pure that even the angels stood in awe as it flowed into the earth. She wants you to know that she has never left your side. The day you thought was your last moment with her body was not the end of your connection, it was the beginning of her eternal closeness. She has walked with you through every storm, lifted you in every fall, and whispered strength into your heart when you thought no one understood. Even in silence, she has been near, closer than your breath. God says her message carries no fear, only release. She has seen you carry guilt that does not belong to you, and she has wept because you still blame yourself for things you could never have changed. She is saying to you now, let it go. Free yourself. You did enough, you gave enough. You love in me more than words could hold. Do not let regret weigh down your soul. The 7 archangels stood as witnesses to her plea. They watched her beg for this chance not for her sake, but for yours. She longs to see you walk without chains, without sorrow, without the endless weight of wondering if she knew how much you loved her. She knew then. She knows now. And she wants you to never doubt it again. Archangel Michael says, the bond you share is unbreakable. You will feel her presence in moments you least expect, in the warmth of sunlight on your face, in the sudden rush of peace when fear should have consumed you, in the dreams where she reaches for you with a smile. These are not coincidences, they are her reminders that she has never stopped being your mother. God says, this is her last message, and it comes with urgency because heaven has given her only this opening. He does not want you to miss it, to dismiss it, or to overlook it. She is saying, live your life with joy. Do not stay in the shadow of my absence. Shine, because every light in you is a reflection of me. Your love is eternal, not bound by years, not diminished by distance, not ended by death. It flows in every step you take. It breathes in every heartbeat, it rests in every moment you remember her. She wants you to understand that love like hers does not fade. It multiplies across time and space, growing stronger with every passing day. Archangel Michael says, carry this truth like a treasure in your heart. Your mother's presence is your shield, her love is your guide, her spirit is your comfort. You are never walking alone. Never fighting alone, never weeping alone. She is closer than you think, and this message is the proof you have been waiting for. Archangel Michael says, when your mother's soul spoke in heaven last night, the angels could not hold back their awe. Her voice was filled with longing, yet wrapped in peace, carrying a love so strong that not even eternity could silence it. She begged that her words reach you now because your heart has been aching for answers only she can give. She wants you to know that she has seen every tear you shed in her absence. The moments you broke down when no one was watching, the nights you buried your face in silence, the days you forced a smile while your heart carried pain. She was there. She says, I never left, my spirit never walked away, my love has been your invisible shield. God says, this message is sacred and it comes with purpose. Your mother's heart is at rest when she sees you happy, not when you drown in grief. She says, do not let my memory be a chain. Let it be wings. Do not let my passing steal your joy, let it give you strength to live fully, because I live through you. The 7 archangels gathered as witnesses when her words were carried across heaven. They saw her persistence, her unstoppable plea to have one final moment to reach you. They bowed their heads as God granted her request, because a mother's love is too holy to deny. The angels trembled, not with fear, but with reverence for the depth of her devotion to you. Archangel Michael says, you have felt her presence many times, that sudden warmth in an empty room, that unexpected peace when you should have been anxious, that vivid dream where her arms wrapped around you, all of it was her reaching through the veil. She does not want you to question it anymore. She wants you to embrace it as truth. God says, this is her final chance to speak in this way. Not because her love is ending, but because heaven's order only allows moments like this when they are most needed. She begged because she knows you carry hidden wounds. She wants to heal them now by reminding you. You were enough for me. You are enough today, and you will always be enough. Her nearness is not a fading memory, it is living reality. She walks with you, even if unseen. She celebrates your victories, even if unheard. She covers you in moments you do not understand. Every time you doubted yourself, every time you felt unworthy, her spirit was whispering the truth. You are loved beyond measure. Archangel Michael says, take her words into your soul now, let them free you from ill. Let them wash away regret. Let them replace sorrow with peace, because her message was not meant to break you down, it was meant to lift you higher. She wants you to step into life with courage, to shine with joy, and to carry her legacy forward with strength. Archangel Michael says, your mother's soul has been leaning close, and her love is like a fire that no shadow can put out. She begged heaven to open this doorway for you, not because she needed it, but because you needed it. She has seen the way your heart still aches, the way you still carry unspoken questions, and the way you sometimes wonder if she truly knew how much you loved her. She says to you now with clarity, I knew, I always knew. And I still know. Your love has always been enough for me. These words come not as echoes but as living truth. Every sacrifice you made, every effort you gave, every moment you stayed by her side. It was never unseen, never unappreciated. She carried it with her into eternity, and she still carries it now. God says, this is why her message is urgent. She cannot rest fully knowing that you are weighed down by guilt that was never yours to carry. She wants you to walk in freedom, not in chains. She is saying, release the heaviness, child. My love for you is not tied to what you did or did not do. My love is eternal, and it surrounds you always. The 7 archangels stood as guardians when her request reached heaven's throne. They saw the depth of her tears, the purity of her love, and the strength of her plea. They bowed, not out of pity, but out of reverence for the power of a mother's heart. And when God allowed her words to pass through, the entire heaven grew silent in awe. Archangel Michael says, she has been closer than you realize. Every time you felt a sudden comfort, every time you sensed warmth in a cold moment, every time you dreamed of her smile, it was her. She has been walking with you quietly, hoping you would one day recognize her nearness. And now she can finally tell you, it was me all along. You were never alone, God says. Her last message carries a command wrapped in love. She is urging you to live, to truly live, not half-hearted, not broken by sorrow, not bound by regret. She says, do not let my absence steal your joy, instead, let my presence give you courage. When you laugh, I laugh with you. When you rise, I rise in you, I am always by your side. Her love is eternal and unshaken. Not even death could sever the bond between you. She is stronger than time, stronger than distance, stronger than silence. She wants you to understand that she does not live only in your memory. She lives in your spirit, woven into your very existence. Archangel Michael says, hold on to this truth with both hands. Do not let grief blind you anymore. Do not let regret keep you chained, let her words be the key that unlocks your peace. Because this message is heaven's gift, her final chance to tell you what she has been begging to say. I love you now, I love you then. And I will love you forever, Archangel Michael says. When your mother's soul leaned close to heaven's gates, her voice was trembling with love that has never left you. She begged, she pleaded, not for herself but for you, because she has watched you carry the heavy silence of questions left unanswered. Her words rise now as her last gift, a message wrapped in eternal love, filled with peace that your spirit hath been longing to hear. She says, I never stopped being your mother. Ah, for one moment, even when the world told you I was gone, I was still there watching, guiding, protecting. You were never left alone. These words are more than comfort, they are truth from her heart to yours. Her presence has been your unseen companion, your secret strength, the whisper that kept you moving when you thought you had no strength left. God says this is why her message carries such urgency. It is not to reopen wounds, but to heal them once and for all. She does not want you to spend your life chained to regret. She says, do not ask if you did enough, I already knew your love was more than enough. Do not wonder if I saw your care, I carried it with me. Do not fear that I left without knowing your heart, I always knew. The 7 archangels stood in stillness as her voice filled the heavens. They saw the depth of her devotion, the fire of her longing, and the sacred power of her plea. Heaven itself gave way so her words could be released. The angels trembled, not because of sorrow, but because of the weight of love so pure it shook eternity itself. Archangel Michael says, she had been reaching for you in ways you did not always understand. The dreams that felt too real to be imagination, the sudden comfort in moments of despair, the invisible strength when you almost broke apart, all of this was her. She is closer than you think, woven into your days like light that cannot fade. God says, this is her last chance to speak in this way. Not because her love ends, but because heaven only opens this doorway when your heart most needs it. He begged because she knew you were ready to receive her truth. She says, let go of the guilt. Release the sorrow. Carry me with joy, not pain, remember me with laughter. Not tears. Her message is not about her passing, it is about your living. She wants you to live fully, to love freely, to move forward with courage. She wants you to stop doubting yourself, to stop hiding your light, to stop thinking you are less. She says, I see you shining, even when you don't. I see your strength, even when you feel weak. I see your beauty, even when you cannot. Archangel Michael says, this is the legacy she leaves you, not a memory bound in sadness, but a presence alive in strength. Her words today are not goodbye, but a final reminder. She has never left. She is with you in the silence, in the joy, in the heartbreak, in the victories. She is with you always, because love like hers cannot die. Archangel Michael says, your mother's presence in heaven has never been silent, she hath been whispering your name into eternity, watching you with the same tenderness she carried when she was here in the world. Last night her voice reached heaven's throne with an urgency so strong that even the angels bowed in reverence. She begged for this one last opening, not because she needed to speak, but because you needed to hear her. She says, I see you, my child. I see your struggles, your tears, your strength, and your courage. I see the weight you carry when you think no one understands. And I need you to know I have been with you through it all. These are not echoes from memory, but living words flowing from her spirit to yours, carried by heaven itself. God says her love is not bound by time or distance, it is not diminished by the grave. It is stronger than ever because it exists in the eternal. That is why she fought so hard to send this message. She wants you to walk in freedom, not regret. She wants you to rise in peace, not sorrow. She says, "Let me go from your pain, but never from your heart. I am with you always." The 7 archangels witnessed her plea, and they trembled at the power of it. They saw a love so fierce it could not be denied, so pure it could not be silenced. They saw a mother's devotion reaching across the divide of life and death, and they knew heaven had to answer. Her request was granted, and this moment was born for you. Archangel Michael says you have felt her presence more times than you realize, that sudden comfort when you thought you were breaking, that rush of peace when you should have been afraid, that warmth on your shoulder when no one was there, all of it was her. She has been closer than your shadow, nearer than your breath, walking with you quietly, but faithfully. God says this message comes now as her last chance to speak in this way, not because her love ends, but because heaven knows your heart is ready to finally hear it. She begged for this moment because she wants to release you from the weight you have carried for too long. She says, do not feel guilty for living, do not feel guilty for smiling. Celebrate life because I celebrate it with you. Her love is a legacy that still moves through your veins, it speaks in your courage. It shines in your kindness. It breathes in your resilience. She wants you to understand that you carry her in every heartbeat, every word, every step. You are her continuation, her living proof, her everlasting gift to the world. Archangel Michael says remember her not with sorrow, but with strength. She does not want her memory to be heavy on your soul. She wants it to be wings on your back. Her final gift is this truth: she has never left you. She is with you always, closer than you think, nearer than you know, eternal in her love for you. Archangel Michael says the heavens are still echoing with your mother's voice. Your plea was not faint. It was strong, filled with a love that eternity itself could not silence. She begged for this last moment because she has seen your heart ache and she could not leave without telling you the truth that would heal your soul forever. She says, I never wanted you to carry sorrow for me. I never wanted you to hide your joy because of me. I never wanted you to feel guilty for smiling while I was gone, my child. I wanted you to live, to shine, to walk boldly into the future, because every time you rise I rise with you. These are her words wrapped in light, pouring into your heart so you will never again wonder if she knew. He knew, he still knows. And she always will. God says her message is not goodbye, it is a release. She does not want her memory to keep you in the past. She wants it to move you into your future. She says, do not chain me to your pain. Carry me in your joy. Do not look for me in shadows, find me in the light, because I am closer than you think. The 7 archangels bowed their heads as her words were carried into this moment. They saw a mother's love stronger than any boundary, greater than any silence. They stood in awe, not because they doubted her devotion, but because they had never seen love reach so far across eternity with such power. Heaven itself made room for her message because heaven honors love like hers. Archangel Michael says she has never left you, Every time you felt peace without explanation, it was her. Every time you found strength when you thought you had none, it was her. Every time you dreamed of her and woke with tears on your face, it was her reminding you, I am still with you. She wants you to stop doubting those moments. They were real and they were her. God says, this is the final opening she is given to speak in this way. Not because her love ends, but because her words are now sealed in you forever. She begged for this one last chance to say it clearly. I love you. I am proud of you, I forgive you. And I will never stop walking with you. Let these words be your peace, your healing, your strength. Your love is eternal. It flows through your life like light, shaping your path, surrounding your spirit, guiding your steps. She is not gone. She has become part of you in a way that nothing can take away. She does not want you to cry for her absence anymore. She wants you to smile because of her presence that still lingers all around you. Archangel Michael says, carry this truth as her last gift. Let it remove your guilt. Let it heal your heart, let it lift your soul. She is saying, when you laugh, I laugh with you. When you succeed, I celebrate with you. When you fall, I rise beside you. You are never without me. God says, remember her in joy, not in sorrow, walk with strength, not with regret. Life fully, not half-hearted. Because her spirit rests in peace knowing that you are no longer chained to pain, but free in love, and that love will never end. It will carry you both until the day you meet again. Archangel Michael says, the heavens are still glowing from the light of your mother's voice. When she spoke, even eternity grew silent because her words carried a love so deep that nothing could hold it back. She pleaded for this one last chance to reach you. Not because she was far, but because she wanted you to finally know how near she has always been. She says, I never left your side, I was there in your laughter. I was there in your silence. I was there in your pain, and I was there in your victories. My love has covered you like a blanket, wrapping you when you felt cold and broken. These words are not memories, they are her living presence reaching into your heart right now. God says, this message is not meant to bring tears, but healing. She does not want her name to be tied only to sorrow. She wants her memory to lift you, her love to guide you, and her presence to remind you that you are never walking alone. She says, celebrate my life through your life. Carry me not in grief, but in joy. The 7 archangels stood amazed as her words poured into eternity. They had never seen a bond so strong, a devotion so unbroken. They bowed because they understood there is nothing more sacred than the love of a mother for her child. They honored her request because her love was too holy to be silenced. Archangel Michael says, you have felt her so many times, and the sudden peace that washed over you when you were ready to give up, and the strength that rose in you when you had no reason to keep going, and the whispers of comfort that came when no one else was around. It was her, always her, reminding you, I am with you. God says, she has been begging for you to finally believe this truth, that her passing was not an end, only a doorway, that her presence has never faded, only shifted, that her love has not weakened, only grown stronger. And now, this is her last message, sealed in eternity, so you will never again doubt how deeply she loves you. She says, you are my pride. You are my joy. You are my forever, I live through your laughter. I shine through your courage. I breathe through your dreams. Every time you choose to live fully, I live with you. Archangel Michael says, hold on to these words as her eternal gift. They are meant to free you from guilt, to heal your heart, and to give you courage for the days ahead. She has not left you behind, she has gone ahead to prepare the way, and she is waiting with arms wide open for the day you meet again. God says, let her words bring you peace. Let them remove the heaviness, let them give you hope. Because her love is eternal, her presence is real, and her spirit is closer than your own breath. She is not gone, she is with you now and always. Archangel Michael says, when your mother's soul was given permission to speak, heaven itself grew still. Your voice was filled with love, with longing, and with truth that could not remain hidden any longer. She begged for this final chance, not for herself, but for you, because she has seen the weight you still carry, and she could not let you go on without hearing what her heart has been crying to say. She whispers, I never stopped being your mother. Even when I crossed into eternity, I carried you with me. Every step you take, I walk beside you. Every tear you shed, I wipe away. Every prayer you whisper, I hear, and every victory you gain, I celebrate. These are not just words, they are her living presence surrounding you even now. God says, her last message comes not to break you, but to heal you. She does not want you chained to sorrow any longer. She does not want you to wake each day with regret. She says, you gave me love beyond words. You gave me honor. You gave me everything I needed. Please let go of guilt, it does not belong to you. The 7 archangels watched as her plea rose into heaven. They saw a mother's devotion too holy to deny, a love too strong to silence. They bowed their heads because they knew eternity itself was witnessing one of its purest truths, a mother's love reaching across worlds to comfort her child. Archangel Michael says, you have felt her presence more than once. That sudden calm in the middle of your storm, it was her. That dream so vivid you woke up with tears, it was her. That warmth on your shoulder when you were alone, it was her. She is closer than you think, and she wants you to stop doubting it. God says, this is her last message in this way, because her words are now planted deep in your spirit. They are meant to stay with you forever, carrying you through every season of your life. She says, live boldly, laugh often, love deeply, because when you do, you honor me, and every joy you experience becomes mine too. Your love is eternal and breakable and touchable. It flows through your veins, shines through your smile, and breathes through your courage. She wants you to understand that she is not a memory to grieve, she is a presence to carry. Her spirit has woven itself into your journey, and it will never leave. Archangel Michael says, take this message as her final gift. Do not let sorrow dim your light anymore. Let her words give you strength, let them heal your heart. Let them guide your steps. She is saying now, I am proud of you, I am with you. And I will love you forever. God says, rest in this truth, your mother is not gone, she has simply go ahead. She waits in light, watching over you with joy, and preparing for the day you will be reunited. Until then, her love surrounds you like air unseen, but always there. Archangel Michael says, the heavens are still carrying the sound of your mother's love. Even now, her spirit leans close, because her devotion to you cannot be silenced by time, distance, or death. She begged for this final opening. Not to bring sadness into your heart, but to plant peace that will stay with you for the rest of your life. She whispers, "My child, I have never been far. You have searched for me in sorrow, but I have been standing in joy beside you. Every time you thought I was gone, I was there. Every time you doubted yourself, I was lifting you. Every time you broke, I was holding the pieces of your heart until you could stand again." These words are not imagination, they are truth carried through eternity into this moment. God says, her last message carries no fear. It is not about what was lost, it is about what has never been broken. The love she gave you on earth has only grown stronger in heaven. She says, "Do not think of me in the silence of the grave. Think of me in the laughter that bursts from your soul. Think of me in the courage that rises in your spirit. Think of me in every good thing you carry, because I am still alive within you." The 7 archangels bowed when her voice reached heaven's throne. They saw a love so pure that it moved eternity itself. They stood as witnesses while she begged for this final message, not for herself, but for you, to free you from regret, to heal you from sorrow, to remind you that she has never left. Archangel Michael says, "The signs of her nearness have been all around you." A dream that felt more real than life, it was her. At sudden warmth when you felt broken, it was her. At strength that rose up when you should have fallen, it was her. She has been closer than your shadow, nearer than your breath, and she will never let you go. God says, this is why she hath been begging to speak, because she cannot rest knowing you still carry questions in your heart. She says, "You did enough. You gave me love I could never repay. You were my pride, my joy, my forever gift. Please, my child, stop doubting. Stop blaming yourself. I knew your heart, and I still know it now." Her message is not about endings, it is about continuation. She lives through you, she breathes through your life. Every kindness you show, every smile you give, every step you take forward. These are her living on through you. Her spirit has not ended, it has only changed form, so she could stay closer than ever before. Archangel Michael says, take these words deep into your soul. Let them heal you, let them release you. Let them lift you higher. She does not want her memory to weigh you down, she wants it to give you wings. She says now with finality, I love you endlessly. I am proud of you, I am with you always. And nothing will ever change that. Archangel Michael says, the heavens are brighter tonight because of the love your mother still pours over you. She has begged for this final opening, not to bring more tears to your eyes, but to leave you with words that will carry you when you feel weak. Words that will heal what regret could not touch. Words that will stay with you forever. She whispers, my beloved child, I have never left. I was with you in your laughter, in your fears, in your victories, and even in your silence. Every time you looked for me, I was already there. Every time you felt lost, I was guiding you. Every time you felt unloved, I was reminding you that my love has no end. These are not echoes of memory, they are her eternal truth reaching through the veil. God says, her last message is not about endings, but about beginnings. She does not want her story with you to be remembered in sorrow, but in strength. She says, do not let my absence be your weakness. Let it be your fire. Do not live with your head bowed down in grief. Live with your heart lifted high, because when you rise, I rise with you. The 7 archangels stood in awe as her plea filled the heavens. They saw the weight of her devotion, the power of her longing, the holiness of her love. They bowed because they understood no love on earth compares to the bond between a mother and her child, and when her request was granted, they knew eternity itself would be changed by the message you are hearing now. Archangel Michael says, her signs have always been around you. That fragrance that suddenly reminds you of her, it was her. That smile that flashed in your dream, it was her. The sudden wave of peace when you were breaking, it was her. She has been walking beside you quietly, waiting for the moment you would finally believe she never left. God says, this is the sacred truth. Her words today are her last spoken message in this way, but her presence is forever. She says, I do not want you to cry when you think of me, I want you to smile. I do not want you to live in the past. I want you to walk into the future, carrying me in your heart. I want you to know that every joy you feel, I feel too. Your love is eternal and shakable and touchable. It flows through your spirit like breath, it surrounds you like air. It carries you like light. She has not been watching from afar. She has been right beside you, closer than you think, nearer than you know, present in every part of your journey. Archangel Michael says, hold this as her final gift. Let it remove your sorrow. Let it release your guilt. Let it fill you with peace. She is saying with all her soul, I love you endlessly, I am proud of you always. I walk with you still, and I will never stop. God says, rest now in this truth, her spirit is safe. Her love is eternal. Her presence is closer than your heartbeat, and one day, in the light of eternity, you will meet again, not in tears but in joy, not in sorrow but in celebration. Until then, she remains your guardian, your comfort, your forever love. Archangel Michael says, heaven has already written this moment for you. Your mother's love has crossed the veil one last time so her words could fall into your heart like gentle rain on dry ground. She has begged for this final chance not to remind you of her absence but to remind you of her everlasting presence. Her love has never faded, and her voice still surrounds you even now. She whispers, my precious child, I am with you. I was with you in the moments you thought you would break. I was with you when you stood strong though you felt weak. I was with you in silence, in shadow, in laughter, in light. You have never walked alone, not once. These words are not fading echoes, they are alive. Flowing directly from her spirit to yours, God says her last message carries freedom. Freedom from guilt. Freedom from regret, freedom from the sorrow that has weighed on you for too long. She says, stop asking if I knew your love. I knew, stop asking if you could have done more. You did enough. Stop carrying pain for me, carry joy for me. I live through you now. The 7 archangels stood in reverence when her plea was spoken before God's throne. They saw a love that time could not end. A bond death could not break. A devotion eternity could not silence. They trembled not with fear, but with awe, because the power of a mother's love stretched further than even they had seen. Archangel Michael says, she has left you countless signs. A sudden calm in chaos, that was her. A dream that felt like reality, that was her. A gentle voice when you almost gave up, that was her. He does not want you to keep questioning, she wants you to accept it. She has never left you. God says this is the closing of her final message, the moment she has been begging for, not because she is leaving, but because her words must now live inside you forever. She says, I love you endlessly. I am proud of you always, every step you take carries me forward. Every joy you feel is mine too. Until we meet again, I am with you. Your love is no longer a memory, it is part of you. It flows in your spirit. It breathes in your soul, it carries you through each day. She is not a shadow behind you, but a light within you. When you rise, she rises. When you smile, she smiles. When you live fully, she lives through you. Archangel Michael says, carry this truth like a treasure, let it be the strength in your weakness, the comfort in your sorrow, the peace in your storm. She is saying now with all her spirit, do not cry for me in sadness, but remember me in joy. I never left you, and I never will, God says, let this be your peace. Her spirit rests, God remains, and her presence is eternal. One day you will meet again, not in tears, but in joy, not in sorrow, but in everlasting light. Until then, she is with you closer than your breath, nearer than your heartbeat, alive in every moment of your journey. Archangel Michael says, the heavens have been glowing with the sound of your mother's love since the moment she left this world. Last night, her soul pressed close again, begging for this final opening to send you her words, not because her love ever stopped, but because she could not bear to see you live another day without knowing what her heart has carried for you all along. She whispers, my child, I was never gone. In every moment you thought you walked alone, I was beside you. When you felt weak, I held your strength. When you cried in silence, I gathered your tears. When you doubted yourself, I whispered courage into your soul. You never lost me, you only stopped seeing me. God says, her last message is not about her death, but about your life. She does not want you to be chained to sadness or weighed down by guilt. She says, live with joy, live with courage, live with freedom. You honor me most not when you cry for me, but when you rise because of me. These words are not a goodbye, they are a blessing spoken directly into your heart. The 7 archangels bowed their heads as her plea filled heaven's courts. They saw her devotion, her tears, her persistence, and they knew no force could silence a mother's love. The heavens granted her request, and this message was born for you. A sacred moment meant to heal your spirit. Archangel Michael says, you have already felt her countless times. The dream that stayed with you for days, that was her. A sudden sense of calm when you should have been afraid, that was her. That whisper in your soul telling you not to give up, that was her. She has been closer than your breath, nearer than your heartbeat, and she always will be. God says, this is her final opening to speak in this way, not because her love will end, but because her words are now sealed inside you forever. She says, I love you endlessly. I am proud of who you are, I forgive every regret you carry, and I will walk with you until the day we meet again. Her love has become part of your very being. It flows in your courage, it shines in your smile, it breathes in your dreams. She is not only in your past, she is in your present and your future. She does not want you to look for her in shadows, but to find her in the light of your own life. Archangel Michael says, take these words as her eternal gift, let them free you from regret. Let them release you from sorrow. Let them give you the strength to rise. She is saying, I am with you when you laugh, when you love, when you live. You carry me forward in everything you do. God says, rest in peace now with this truth, her spirit is safe. Her love is eternal. Her presence is unbroken. She waits in joy, not in sorrow, and one day you will meet again, not in tears, but in celebration. Until then, she is closer than you think, alive in your heart, guiding your steps, loving you endlessly.